things that we cannot afford, we cannot engage in. We can't afford the subsidy. It is clear. It's meant for just a few elites. It's not beneficial to the generality and the greatest number of the people in this country. Sovereign, I'm ready.
Must be mass action. I continue to say people must come out to the streets. You see, one thing about Nigeria is the moment they see the police and the army, they run away. And that's because most of the people who come out actually are not poor people. They are rich men or rich men's children who want to enjoy themselves. The day the poor hit the streets, then all of us will be on the run.
All of you will be on the run?
Yeah, including you, you're already on the run, so you're in America here.
Yeah, you're right. But seriously, are there times that when the elites, the people in political power in Nigeria, the rich people, which you all meet all the time, are there times that you're afraid that
delay? I'm going to fix that. Sorry about that, okay? I've got this audio that's always delayed, but I'm going to say this quickly, and then I'm going to give you the other part of a Coups part, okay? A lot of you have gotten to a stage. I mean, is it not too early for now to be kind of turning off your TV whenever Coups comes on your screen? I know a lot of people were doing that during the time of Bukwari. Some said that their children get sort of a fright when they see Bukwari on TV, which is so unusual. Like, how could children get a fright since a man on TV? And that was Bukwari. I've seen that. So the moment I brought Coups on, immediately I want to go to the gent. I want to go and get my breakfast. I mean, my dinner. I think I'm gonna just go and put something on fire. I'll come back in 8 minutes. Has it gotten that bad? Like you don't want to see him, or you just? I said, listen to him for a comic relief. I have been talking all this while. Yeah. I just want you to kind of just listen to him. Don't leave the program and go to the gents or go to the ladies or go to the kitchen or sometimes quickly go and do a shop run. Abba. What's it bad to any? Is it that bad? I'm sorry. Okay. You're going to have to endure another 5 minutes. I mean, he said he's going to give loan to the youth. Here you get microfinance bank. You can walk into microfinance bank. Once Coups tell them to give you loan, wouldn't you want to see? Okay, because you already know it's a lie, Abi. It's absolutely nothing, Abi. Okay, I'm going to plead with you to listen to this part. Don't go anywhere. Just stay back. I'll make sure that it's quicker and faster, right? Just for the record, right? Thank you.
On pandemic alone, is enough for recovery. But you're been through the currency conservation, and they call it swap. What is that? During an election time. Multiple exchange rate windows. It's for the arbitrage. It's for few to make quick wins over you, to make money for themselves, not for you. I could have chosen to partake in the benefit of round tripping and exchange rate. But I refuse it. God forbid. fleecing of multi-billion dollars. What is the level of our reserve today? Where is accountability and transparency in all of that? We need just to persevere. Those days are gone, and I'm not going to lead you to go back into them for time and electoral. I want to say thank you. I've listened to you. I've heard what you say. We have no time today. Plan another trip that we will get back together. I'm dealing with ECOWAS and interference in our democratic process in Niger. Equally, talking to the American and Europe on bilateral basis, we can share together to foster and promote democracy. Just hold it tight. Your struggle will not be in vain.
I don't read social media anymore. They abuse the hell out of me. If I read it, I get high blood pressure. I get angry. I don't read it. So, if I want to hear anything, my children or any of my workers will tell me, this one say this one. If I'm tired, I say, please, forget it. I don't read social media anymore.
Doesn't anymore. Is Lloyd. Do you know that I had to kind of highlight your comments? Because the moment I saw that comment, I just started laughing here like, oh my God. When you said, yeah, this is it. Okay, this is it. I'm unsubscribing. That is, I'm no longer following my ego. I'm done. Like, no, this is me. I'm done. Like, I couldn't stop laughing. Like, how many people felt like that? Like, what is wrong with this Mayegun? We said, stop playing this man. Okay, this is it. I'm done. I'm no longer on Mayegun's diary political. Because of Kolu, no, you are not done. You will be back. Trust me, you will. Kolu is lamenting about all the rot left by Bokuwari, but he's not bold enough to mention his name. He's talking about round tripping. He's talking about subsidy money. All of this. Of course, we have heard. Everybody don't hear him. What are you doing after you have now done this? What? Tell them, what are you doing? Nothing. I remember when Bokuwari will be telling you that, you know, that time, that Dasuki time, any small thing, they stole all the money. Yeah, you want me to look away? All of them are taking all this one, get money, this one took money, that one took billions. All of them took money. It was like people took money. That was why things were hard when Bokuwari first started too. But this one no get sense, you know, if you mention names. People have heard this again and again and again. Here you get subsidy. Okay, you don't want multiple forex, Abi, foreign exchange. Oh yeah, what are you doing about it? What have you done about it? You don't want people who are collecting billions from subsidy. What have you done to replace that? And how many of them have you arrested for that crime? 0. And he kept saying that, you know, most I will say, I could have joined them. I don't know if all of you have paid. That's why I said, listen, even though you don't want to. He's a demented man. Here you get. And once in a while, from all the balabulu, the nonsense he's talking, right? You got to pick some intel from them. Maybe it's just me, Sha. For somebody like me, I picked intel and I want to share that with you. Every time when Kolu is talking about round tripping is when they do a deal behind the scene with central bank, where those of you want to change dollars, they will change dollars for you at a certain price. But if you belong to the cabal, enjoying the round tripping, they can give you millions and millions of dollars with exchange rate of maybe 40 naira to $1. Where you are paying 500 naira to $1, they will be paying 40 naira to $1. Where you are, sourcing for dollars for your business, they will have them handed to them. They don't even have to pay money before they get the money. They can only come and pay back the money when they have exchanged the money and make their own money. It's called round tripping. This was what Emefiele started under Bukwari, where Bukwari's families, and some of these, what do they call them? CPC members of APC, Malamu and gang, Kiyari and Co. They were enjoying that, including some emirs in northern Nigeria. Emefiele was boxing dollars, millions of dollars. He was boxing them he was handing them to these guys who were now reselling them to the Bureau de Change in Nigeria. It happened, you remember? So every time Kolu will be like, God forbid, I don't want to I could have participated, which means I could have just enjoyed my own court. Sure you get? But I didn't. So I want to, okay, what have you done? I have stopped that. Now, I want to make sure that the exchange rate is not many. That's what he said there. Then he says subsidy. Multi-billion dollars are paid to some people. That he could also have participated in it as president. Like, this is the president of Nigeria. That's why I said that, he's demented, of course, but at the same time, he can always drop intel when he's doing his balabulu. You just don't, some of you are so impatient. You need to exercise some patience, if you want to understand these guys well, or else people could just cook things up for you that you'll be feeding on and they are just like trash that doesn't really tally. Listen to them. They do drop intel in their utterances. You can pick them with other pieces of information you have, join them together. You get a projection. Very easy. That's what I do. So does that mean that Bukwari was also taking his court? Being the petroleum minister, Bukwari appointed ministers. He didn't appoint petroleum minister. He made himself minister of petroleum. So under him, 700,000 barrels of crude oil of Nigeria was being stolen every day for over 6 years, running into over 180 billion US dollars in today's value. So also, the payment for subsidy jumped from 800 billion a year to over 4 trillion naira a year, and nobody knows who they were paying the money to, even though Nigerians are now paying more for petrol under him. Does that mean that Bukwari actually was collecting his own rubber, or they were keeping his rubber for him as president, and he just allowed that to go on until the last day? So when Kolu said he could have participated, is that something lucrative that nobody can do? It's a scam. Subsidy is such a fraud that nobody can participate or do or perpetuate without the blessing of the president of Nigeria. Isn't that an intel? I'm just saying, isn't? That should be an intel, right? That something is deeper. If you have journalists in Nigeria who can dig deeper, they can possibly get who is taking the money, proxy money from subsidy, and who are collecting their share. Where are they going to? And they'll trace some of them to Bukwari and his family too. So do you see that back-end robbery? So when Kolu said, I could have participated, I could have joined them, but God forbid. Really? Are you sure God forbid for you? Oh, okay. Anyway, I don't want to say too much so that I don't let you miss the plot. Do you get what I'm trying to get at, right? That when Kolu said that, he's lamenting, complaining. Then he told you to be patient. Because for now, waiting you they see now baby walk like this.
Nigeria will see positive changes as we move along.
just go through these baby steps of pain.
You know, baby step of pain, rather. Sorry about that delay. It is still that audio. They make me appear like clown, Abby. I ain't no sound though. You are just talking. We don't hear you. I know. I'm gonna get myself a new laptop. Probably. Yeah, another window. So this one seems to be so overloaded, I would say. I'm sorry. You just can never be too sure of all these electronics and all of this technology and gadgets. They are just gadgets. Anyway, going forward, Kolu that is lamenting is also saying that, you know what, you would have to endure this for a while. And then everything will be fine. Mayego is telling you that there is nothing called temporary. The shop is undergoing a sort of reshuffle. So the moment they have all of their people in place, yes, you'll be back. But you won't be back to the old price or that old one that, you will never be back to that one. You just have to get used to this one. And by the time they get to September, when they will make a request for that their 10 trillion naira loan, 10 billion naira loan, and it's going to come in parts, then you begin to see the real target, which is your purse and your wallet, your pocket. At the end of the day, create wealth. No, that's too much. That's not their thing. All right. I mean, somebody said when you get all their ministers, his minister designates, that they should ask them to explain how they are going to help Kolu to improve on revenue generation without increasing tax, and at the same time, how they are going to recover Nigeria economy, okay, that at least over 140 million of them who are living in extreme poverty right now can at least have half of them out. How can you get out of, half of Nigerians who are living in extreme poverty right now, how do you get them out of that poverty? What are the plans? What are this and that? They should ask them, but no, they will tell them to take a bow. One of them already said, he never lobbied for it, so he wasn't planning to be minister, hopefully. And but he's been nominated. Devulumai of Ebonyi. Ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, the governor of Ebonyi State, Chief Francis. The choice of me is entirely, that of the president, because my governor had once suggested that during one of our meetings in Abuja before the inauguration of the Senate. And I said to him, no, that I want to rest. I have overworked myself. He reported me to one of our friends, and till today I've not been able to convince our friends. So, but this one is done by Mr. President, and I'm sure the governor is very happy because that's what he wanted. There are 3 people that he wanted, he made promise to, and I supported the promise at the trial time, at the time of struggle. I'm sure I will work with him to ensure that the promises himself as the governor and myself as the then governor made will not fall down to the ground. I want to assure those people. And we will still go as Ebonyi people to thank Mr. President very, very highly. I don't know which ministry, but will we justify, why we are called Ebonyi people, very exceptional people, people of character and content, like my governor said. And so you must join me to thank God Almighty and thank Mr. President. We never saw one-on-one, for this to be done. So I think the spirit of this young governor is very much alive.
Excellency, we have so much missed you, and we are happy that you are here. I want to say congratulations. Now, when you were the governor, you did so well in construction.
That was Devolumai. It was promised that he was going to be the anointed, in fact, it was going to be the anointed presidential candidate of Bukwari from Igbo land. That was when they were selling the bobo that Igbos would succeed Bukwari, the first Igbo president. Devolumai, the guy overworked, like he overworked more than the devil to prove all of that. But at the last minute, when they finally shoveled all their games and all of that, and it got shoved aside, he just took the slot to go and, like, he said he wanted to go and rest. No, he was going to be the Senate. He became a senator. Sure, you get, so as a former governor, their retirement home is usually the Senate. So he got that, and he got himself back there. Then he got called. Come and be minister then. Mr. President, I cannot reject this. I was just going to go and get some rests in the Senate. Well, maybe that is why they call us wonderful people. Akwa Ibom people. We are Ebonyi people. We are wonderful people. Okay. We will come and we will go and thank him for saying I shouldn't rest and be a minister. As for this madam, na rakakakakaka de lenuli, would be thief.
Worship you, Jesus. I give you all the praise. I give you all the praise. In the name of Jesus.
I'm sorry, don't take offense. If you are to be offended, now that woman you're supposed to get angry with. Politician, no. Are you there? They are already saying that she's from Delta State, by the way, right? They already said that she forged this, she forged that. I was like, that's not new. Forgery is not new. You're talking about Escobar. Minister of the Federal Republic, ẹ̀yin lẹ ṣe yìí o, ayérayé Ọlọ́run ìyanu, ẹ̀yin lẹ ṣe yìí o, lẹ́nu olè. Nobody calls God more than these thieves, these rogues and criminals. Nobody knows, like, oh, she's so spiritual. She's lẹ́nu olè. Next Sunday, they will go to church to go and do Thanksgiving. Ijó ọpẹ́ rẹ̀ dà, ijó ọpẹ́ mi rèé. Ìbàdí ọpẹ́ rẹ̀ dà, òun náà rèé. Gbogbo ara mi o, máa fi jó reggae fún baba. Like that. See, this woman is so lovely. Very, very hardworking church worker. Ole. That woman where they dance there, she bought 100 million naira presidential form during the time they were doing APC bazaar. She was running to be a president, by the way. 100 million. Along about 100 million naira. Bam. Somebody said that my ego poverty is not good. See how you are shouting 100 million. How much is 100 million? You see what they cost? Politicians who cannot tell you how they made their money other than from what they stole from you. Then they turn around and say, do you know the position she's held? She was the former director of Kinikon. He is the director of Kinikon. Do you know what they make there? She was in NDDC. Holy. 100 million. Bam. On the day of the convention, she stepped down for Kolu. Now she's rewarded with a ministerial post, and what do you get?
Worship you, Jesus. I give you all the praise. I give you all the glory. In the name of Jesus.
You know how it be. She's watching the Senate Akwabiole reading names. When they mention her name, she enters trance. Holy Ghost, thank you. So Holy Ghost supports a drug dealer. Is that what you are saying? In this temple of truth, we don't get Holy Ghost. We don't even get any ghost. The only existing thing here is truth. I tell you, truth don't support drug dealing. No. Truth don't support criminals. So. And I don't see anywhere inside the Bible or the Quran where you are told that all these spirits and this, they supported the drug dealers. So, only running, only. And I told you, this is why I don't believe in you allowing them to manipulate you with your religion. And so, I know that woman one-on-one. She's a very godly woman. She's a very godly woman. Anyway, somebody said, God is so patient. You know, that kind of patient that, the kind of a patient that you have to be like, oh, more, this one are extreme. So this is what they do, if I say, me then kakaka me kason straight, meaning like something like that. They would not go say God is very, very wicked. That's why they say God is very patient. And if you go and see the kind of, it can't be like say God kind of, this is not blasphemy. And I'm not trying to make you feel bad, because all of now will be soldier of God. All of now will be say small time now, una go come out cloth, wear basket, and begin the quote. I'm not asking you to come and fight me, because I know say you will not get muscle to fight for God. Sure you get. But that tiny one to fight for yourself, no day. So I'm not coming at you. Don't come at me. But if you look at the Old Testament God, that one, Daju Gidigon, like Okalagon, they call it a God of jealousy. He is so jealous. You do anyhow, you see anyhow. That was the God of Old Testament. Go and read it. Any small thing like this, says somebody, small thing like this, so a thunder if he just come from everywhere, just kill him. Say, what him do? Because he go touch the bum of his brother wife. He has sinned. Another person, if he just go, there was just a lion just come from anywhere. He just chop him. Say, what him do? He go. He no pray this morning. He no call God this morning, so God get angry and he sent lion to chop him. That was the kind of Old Testament God. You know that? He did jealous, but now the New Testament God, can't be like say that one don't change. You know, say God know they change. Like people believe God doesn't change. Now people they change. But if you look at that story, like can't they get mercy? Can't they pity? That God of New Testament can't they explain? They shall like, hey, I'm giving you the last chance. I'm even sending my son to save you. I care about you. Look at people where they do anyhow. For Sodom and Gomorrah, he turned them to salt. They take shit. Old Testament. When he got tired of all of them, he brought flood. He wiped everybody away. He said, make them save small. Now, those of us where they save, now we remain now. See what we can't do to the world. See what we have done to the world. If it was the God of Old Testament, me and you like this, everything gone. Now only survivors go remain for the next, maybe next century until they find right people and right people and right people. Sure you get? So that's why they say God is so patient. Look at all your politicians, the way they call God, the way they talk about God with their dark minds and dark deeds. They talk about this God as if to say they fear him and all. They don't fear anybody. God to call, God to need. They don't care. If to say they fear God, that time we lion they come from anywhere, they chop people. Or crocodile go come. You go see crocodile where they walk up for 2 legs and go carry the other 2 legs up. You know they crawl, crocodile where they chase you. Tail properly curved, chase you. Because now God send them, say me chop you. Nowhere where you go, nobody will save you. That kind of God, politicians won't be like this to you. But look at them. In another 2 months now, they begin to look into the ghost worker, how much we go make from ghost worker. What about the other contract? Who are those who should be coming to take this contract? How much is my own share? I'm the honorable minister. We need to come and take, honorable minister need to take something. You have to care for honorable minister. Honorable minister is coming around. Though. If you want honorable minister blessing, you need to do this. Then business as usual. You know what they say about Africans, ladies and gentlemen, about religion in politics? They say it's only... Some said it's in Nigeria, only in Nigeria, but I'm going to say Africa. It's only in Africa where you are going to see government officials, politicians, they're going to call a meeting on how they want to fix their country or do something. And ladies and gentlemen, they will start the meeting with an opening prayer. Okay? It may start with a Bismillah, Islamic prayer. They will lie to themselves. They will cook on how to shortchange the people that put them there. They will do all of that within that time. When they finish their meeting, they will close it with closing prayer. Deacon Banwo, please share us the grace. Give us the closing prayer. And Deacon Banwo will remove cap like a true Christian. One moment,
Okay, I think as an addendum to that, issues have been raised regarding the legal provision of uploading results, because that is the core of their complaint. So I don't think we would like to address that. We will not be here and and skip that. Yeah, we won't skip that. That is the crux of all the complaint going on. That results must be uploaded before they are announced at the collation center. So we don't want to run away from that issue. And I think it is incumbent on us to address that issue. Now, let me attempt to do this. I don't know, is it okay?
Yeah, go ahead. Your voice is loud enough.
Is it okay?
Your voice is loud enough.
Now, the conduct of elections, the counting of votes, and the declaration of results are regulated by three or four documents. One, the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Two, the Electoral Act, which subsequently gives powers to INEC to make regulations for the conduct of those elections. And so you now have also the INEC regulations and guidelines. In that order, first, it is the Constitution that is supreme. In its supremacy, what the Constitution merely does in Schedule 3 is to establish INEC and gives INEC the general powers to conduct elections into all offices, at the federal level in Nigeria and the FCT. That is for the Constitution. Now, the Electoral Act, if you see, the Constitution now says that the ways by which INEC should conduct those elections should be regulated by an act of the National Assembly. That is what the Constitution says in Chapter 3, in Schedule 3. Now, that is what gave the National Assembly the powers to then make the Electoral Act. What does the Electoral Act say? Because I'm coming to this issue of IREV and uploading results. The Electoral Act, if you look at Section 60 of the Electoral Act. Section 60 clearly prescribes the mode by which results are entered step by step until the announcement of the result. In fact, the provisions begin from section 45 all through to section 68. Go and look at those provisions.
So tell me, you see that video you just watched? That was the press conference by for Food Kayode, fraudsters Otobokeyamo, the one that is talking is a lawyer, okay, on the 27th of February, right? This was 2 days after the charade election and just 4 days before Mahmoud Yakubu announced Tinubu. That was the threat that they made publicly, right? When they felt like the whole thing was no longer, the numbers are not numbering, they are not adding up. And immediately after that threat of that press conference, yeah, then Mahmoud Yakubu, who initially developed a code fit, and he was going to call for a sort of a runoff because there was no clear winner to him, sure you get. So he didn't do that. He just went on and announced Kolu and damned all the consequences. So tell me, if what I just told you right now, that you know that that's what happened, if now God of Old Testament, you go see they talk about Frostos Otobokeyamo now. She one maybe na unicorn go just come from heaven like that. Just enter that room, just grab for Food Kayode, grab Frostos Otobokeyamo, grab Dele Alakori, and just share the rest of the people we won't lie. The rest of them won't mount pressure. Just want to do that, yeah. Would they be able to do it? Ever no go pick race? I say, oh me, I know they again. No, we no see the Frostos for the past 4 days. So now unicorn carry we daily like all of them, they disappear. And when I know say God no support waiting that they do. When God show Baba, everybody jackpot. That's you know what I mean, like, but God is patient. For those who are religious, they know they say God is forgiving. God is kind of, considerate. He always gives people another chance. And that is why politicians in Nigeria would always get away with all of their criminality because of religion. The God of these days don't kind of. Anyway, that is that. I was going to just call it a night. I felt like I haven't heard from you in a while. So I'm going to take calls tonight. I know we are not so many, but thank you to all of you who came around there tonight to come and hear about the new promise of loan for the youth that will never happen and other things we've shared as well. So yeah, I will take calls and the number is on your screen. But I have one very quick update to give us. To every one of us who kind of follows, right, the conversation around Mr. Lukman, a man that lost his 2 legs, to what we are yet to ascertain, and is still being alive, surprisingly or miraculously. Yoruba Union has taken over his care, okay? So as you're watching this video, we've already had Mr. Lukman admitted into a very nice private hospital in Ilorin. The 2 people you see around, you see beside him, those are his family members who are the witness and the guarantor to what we are doing. So we have paid for his surgery. The other leg that really got rotten and it fell off, right, wasn't properly, right, medically amputated, and it's pretty much like infected, and that's dangerous. So we've paid for that surgery, and we expected that to, I haven't been updated, I'm sorry. It was meant to be done last night and then, or this morning, okay? Princess is actually there. I haven't spoken to her, but I just thought I should add this before we take calls. So the union has taken over his care, and we are doing it very well. Other things we are doing is that we have package which is like a scholarship, okay, like full adoption for his children. I have to be so kind of honest with you. There are so many people who are really, really interested. On this program, we have a member of a union from the US who has already pledged that, among other things, they will put him on a kind of a lifetime, a long time monthly stipend, which is put at $100. Okay, so when you change that to Nigeria money, plus what the union has to add to it as well, boom, here you get. We can indeed be there for him longer than just what we are doing right now. We have people who want to adopt his children and quite, see them through schools up to university level in a very standard private institutions as well. Like they are willing, they are lining up. But for now, we are dealing with his care, and at the same time, we are talking to his family on all the options before him when he's fully kind of all right to say yes or no to some of our other proposals. I'm going to give you the update on that. And I'm bringing the Yoruba Unionists onto my program on Sunday, this Sunday, okay? We are going to kind of have an insight into what we do and how we do them, and to say further thank you to all our sponsors, supporters, and all that. Thank you. So yeah, we are touching lives, and we still have more. I've got others I'm going to share with you, but we're going to get to that at some point. We'll just have a chat tonight, okay? Let me see. I'm going to go make myself another cup of tea, and when I get back, I'll start taking calls. But if you really have to go, it's okay, right? Just make sure that you like the broadcast and you share it before you go, and I will see you next time, okay? But for those who still want to be part of this, right? Sure. Pick up your phone and you can call in. I will be back. I have a caller. Hello there.
Hello, my brother, my darling.
Hello there, sister.
How are you? The whole world of Nigeria.com.
Thank you.
The zoology company. My thank you so much. It's obvious you and your family are doing perfectly well, and I'm thankful to God for keeping you strong and also keeping your family.
Thank you so much.
We can't be grateful enough for you, for what you're doing and what you will continue to be doing. Thank you. Thank you. I'm saying that on behalf of each and every one of us here.
Thank you so much, Chichi.
Yes, I was going to say to Nigerians, with the recent happening in the neighboring or the 36, maybe 37 state of Nigeria.
Niger.
It's like, is a neighboring, is one of the Nigerian states. Is a wake-up call, in the sense that Giant of Africa has become the loo of Africa. Giant of Africa has become the dumping toilet of Africa. Giant of Africa has become, we can take any kind of shit given to us. And I don't know how long Nigerians think they can keep up with this act. If just Niger could do what they did, Nigerians, we can do better. A lot of African countries that have looked up to us have done beautifully and wonderfully good. And here we are suffering. There is no smile anymore for me to say suffering and smiling. No smile. Yet we end up making ourselves vulnerable more for these people, and they are not looking back. Imagine the ministers that he brought out, he brought out for you to come fixed on the remaining crackers that is left, that is, if there is any left. How long should we continue, Nigerians? You're now trekking from pillar to post. Maybe until the trekking move from Lagos to your villages, for those of us that are from Eastern region, maybe by the time we start trekking from Lagos to me in Abia State, and even be the worst of it all, the other extension. At least somebody who is going to Onitsha, yes, Onitsha number will get there.
Onitsha along, I know.
So my own journey is still very, very far.
It is.
So what am I saying? For how long should we keep pretending and keep watching all of this mayhem befall us? Even those in the military, I'm very sure thousands and millions of them are not enjoying all this bullshit. And there are so-called educated. They call themselves graduates. We allow people who are nowhere, as in nowhere, not up to the standard of a chicken, to be doing whatsoever they choose and desire with us, just because somewhere is dictating the pipe, and we sit in the comfort of our zone, cutting other countries who are moving forward. While we are suffering, you have all it takes. Look at Niger. They have given you people a lead, though.
Right. Thank you so much. Yeah. So I'm gonna take another one. It's really good to hear from you again.
Enjoy your evening.
So you too.
Well, I enjoy you.
Bless you.
Bye.
All the best. Thank you. Right. They said that some of Nigerians are saying when they read about what happened in Mali, what happened in Burkina Faso, what happened in Guinea, and now what happened in Niger, they are now saying, God, when? Man, I don't think you should wish for it to. Well, I have a caller. Hello there.
Hello, my good general.
The Prince Jejeman. How are you?
Yes, so this is Prince Jejeman representing IPOB
I wanted to
for
say
life.
that too, representing IPOB for life. Baba?
Better, Baba Udehil, thank you so much for the exposition. We are very, very grateful. My people, make na share. Yeah, my good general, with the thing is that we'll continue as you are doing, talking and exposing. Let everyone also join. Let not some just keep quiet and believing that, oh, some people will do it. It's gonna be a collective effort.
It has to be.
Okay. Yes. And Nigerian people should not lose hope. We have to advise them. We have to encourage them. Okay. We Biafrans, we have already left spiritually and physically, mentally. Just we are waiting for our referendum. Okay. The encouragement we have to give them, they should learn. If they cannot learn from Mali or any other country, according to our sister that just finished speaking, they should go and learn from animals, animal kingdom. You know, you see, the lion always eat the bull, the one you call Malu. If you watch it in the bush, he always eat them. But how do they succeed in eating them? Is when they go one by one, they go astray, they just walk alone. But when they come in their millions and billions, because they are more in number, more than lion, you will see even the biggest lion will run away. Okay, you showed us today on this channel that Amechi has given Nigerian people expo. That the day they will carry stone, to stone them. If they don't, they will continue to thief. Amechi confirmed that they are thieves. All of them in Abuja, all these ministers, all these senators, all this House of Assembly, all of them are thieves. Amechi is one of the minister. Okay, he himself is a rogue. Until Nigerian people, wake up and know that this country belongs to them. It's not for few thieves from Chicago and those one from Niger. My good general. My good general. You see, another thing I noted this evening, according with your broadcast, is this. You see that guy that was in Aso Rock, the one that was we call Israel or something.
Mm-hmm.
You said something that struck me. Said that he's a pastor. There's one thing I noticed that all these politicians, criminal thieves are doing. They look for all these mega churches and go there and hide themselves. And most of them will find their way, go to pastor school so that they can be very close to the GO, the one that is flying on private jet.
Mm-hmm.
And all these things they do is to target the time of election. Finish. Okay, their mind is not in the church, their mind is not with God. Okay, and their mind is not with the people. So the politics in
manipulative things they are doing to use people and use what they believe people can easily align with and rob them. It's so sad.
Yes,
God is so patient. That's why I preached about that earlier.
My ego, like church like Redeem that has large number. These politicians, they need a number during the time of election.
They do.
Okay, this is how they manipulated the GO, who gave them Pastor Ruga. That one they are killing Christians when he was in with Buhari. They tell us he couldn't say anything. He was there only to go and bury and do condolence messages. So our people should be very, very careful. Because Jesus even said, by their fruit you shall know them. These their actions, the way they speak, what they do, what they do mostly is how you know that these people, they are not for God. Most of them immediately they fail. The next thing they start to call is God. God will
even
do it. God will help us.
Bible.
Pray.
Can you believe that?
You see,
that is the Bible to that court.
A lot of people in Nigeria carry Bible to do people. That now, as I'm telling you, the way the hunger is, many of them, no one fears God. They will carry Bible and do pew koro and tell you nothing will happen. You understand?
Well,
so it is disheartening, my brother. God bless you. God bless you, Baba. Continue
Thanks
the
so
good
much.
work.
Yeah,
Will they with you? They behind you anyhow.
No, now.
Thank
you so
respect.
Much. There is a line that I always love him to add, but it wasn't, so I help him, and that is for peace to reign in Nigeria. Let Mazi Nnamdi Kanu go. Let him go, just like your court said. and all this madness. Watch them disappear. Hello there.
Hello, Mayegun.
Sir, how are you?
I'm very fine, thank you. It's fine.
Is that Ifeanyi?
Yeah, it's me.
See, Ifeanyi is such a regular right now that he's one of those who have decoded how to make sure that you can always get in, no matter how busy. How are you, sir?
Yes, yeah, for the fact that I've not gotten you for the past 72 hours or something, it's been very difficult for me. So I said I must try and get you today.
Sorry about that. I'm glad that I'm glad I'm here and you are here too, Baba.
Yeah, it's okay, it's okay. There is no problem.
There's no problem.
Mayegun,
Sir.
Mayegun, there is something fundamentally wrong with how we are living as a people. The way we live life as a people, Africans, there is something fundamentally wrong with that. You know the reason why when everybody travel outside Nigeria, they start preaching change. Like it's just like eye-opening. Then some of those who also join this, majority of your callers should be from those living in diaspora. Then those of them in Nigeria that have seen the road, maybe probably they start seeing movies, start seeing all kinds of things, and start seeing how people live their life. That's why majority of people are getting. But there are a lot of people in Nigeria does not even know that it is the responsibility of government to provide anything for them.
I agree with you. You remember that time when I said every time we talk about people fighting for good life or good government,
yes,
that in all honesty, how many Nigerians have actually seen what good life really means in their lifetime? For them to now say, okay, maybe they deserve better.
Michael, let me tell you. Let me tell you a story.
Cheers.